In the past few videos, we try to understand this line here of this form when you have a number in front of the x and then plus another number on its own. The way we did it is when something's complicated, we would break it up into smaller bits and then investigate the simpler, smaller bits. So if someone gives you this equation here, hang on, y equals, let's say, x plus 4. Now, if you had to plot this line here, this graph here, you could do this here, x here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. You could do this, but it takes a long time. There's a better way. Start with this. Okay, if let's say we want to plot a line of y equals x plus 3. Okay, now plot this line first. Well, imagine this line first. So this line, we know y equals x is going to be a straight diagonal line like this, because this line is really easy to draw, because when x is 1, y is 1. When x is 7, y is 7. When x is 125, then y will be 125. So it would be a diagonal line. When x is let's say minus 3, y will be minus 3. Oh look, hang on. When x is minus 3, y will be minus 3. So it will be right here. Okay. So again, it would be like this. Well, when x is let's say minus 6, then y would be minus 6. So again, when x here is minus 6, y will be also be minus 6. So here it would be like that. Okay. So this line here is quite simple to draw. So when you're trying to investigate this line here, x equals let's say y equals x plus 3. So what you do? Well, you draw a straight line, diagonal line like this, but then you plus 3. So you got to shift up everything by 3, because you're in effect adding 3. So everything gets shifted up 3 like this. So the new line will be up. Well, anyway, let's extend this into the negative realm. So plus 3 would be here. Plus 3. Because if you don't understand this here, try to draw a table like this, and then you see what I mean. Do x equals 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on here, and then create another layer here. So this one would be y equals x, and then this line here will be y equals x plus 3. So by you creating a level, like 3 levels like this, normally when x is 0, if you try and draw this line here, y equals x, it would be 0. But because you're trying to draw y equals x plus 3, it would be 3. Okay. Normally it would be 0, but because you're adding 3, y equals x plus 3 will look like this. Will look like a 3. Now when x is 1. Well, if you're trying to draw a line of y equals x, it would be 1. But because you're trying to draw a line of y equals x plus 3, it would be 4, and so on. And if you put 3 in, if you try when x is 3, if you try and draw a line of y equals x, it will be 3. But because you're drawing a line of y equals x plus 3, it will be 6, and so on. Create 3 layers, and then you can compare. Well, it was 3, it was 0, now it's 3. It was 1, now it's 4. Well, anyway, so if you're trying to draw this line here, y equals x plus 3, it will look like this. Well, it will look like this. So this line here would be y equals x, and this line here would be y equals x plus 3. Okay. So now, if someone gives you ask you to draw this line here, y equals, let's say, x plus 5. Well, rather than drawing a table like this and create lots of x, y, and 0, 1, 2. Rather than creating this table, it takes a long time. So jump to, well, not Well, try and visualize this part. Okay, so it will be a diagonal line, and then because you're adding 5, it gets shifted up 5. So it's basically it's the that. Hang on, we are trying to draw this line here. Y equals x plus 5. So start with this, because when you put well put 0 into the x, so meaning that if you draw it on the y-axis, what will y be when x is 0? Well, if you put 0 into here, the overall thing would be 5. So the first part will be here, because normally when you try and draw a line of y equals x, it will look like this. Okay, at the 0, when x is 0, y equals x will be at 0. But because we are trying to draw this line here, it gets shifted up 1. So my point is that investigate this, point to this bit first. This is the easiest part to identify. So jump to 5 straight away, and then you start drawing the diagonal line. Okay, so let's look at this here. I asked you to draw a line y equals x plus 5. Okay, normally it always goes through the origin. When if you try and draw y equals x, it always goes through the origin, because when x is 0, y will be 0. But my point is, if you're trying to draw this line here, your eye should zoom into the 5. So zoom into the 5 straight away, because it will be here. The first point will be here, because if you put 0 into the x, this bit goes and it will leave you with 5. So now just draw the diagonal line, because you are drawing a line of x plus 5. Well, you know this bit would be 5 when x is 0, so you would jump straight into here. Okay, and now, well, you know it has a steepness of, in effect, of 1. So now just draw in a 1 like this. So it will be a diagonal line through here. Okay, so now draw this line, y equals x plus 2. Well, I'm going to put 0. I'm going to put 0 into the x. So somewhere along here. So x is 0. It will be somewhere along the y-axis. Now plus 2. I know my first point will be here. So now it's just a straight line, a straight diagonal line. So it will look like this. Okay, so this here would be y equals x plus 2. You see, by you drawing this line straight away, it's a lot quicker than drawing a table and then creating lots of points. It takes ages. Okay, now this one here, y equals let's say x minus 3. Well, x minus 3 normally, if you try and look at y equals x, it always goes through the origin. Okay, it's a diagonal line going through the origin. But because we're minusing 3, it gets shifted down 3. So it will be here. Okay, the first point will be here. And again, normally it would be here. But because we're minusing 3, we've got to go down 3. So the new point would be here. Okay, so the old point was here. The new point would be here, because you're moving down 3, because it's take away 3. So the old point would be here. The new point would be right here. Okay, old point would be here. New point would be here. And it's the same. Old point would be here. New point would be here. Okay, so again, it will be a diagonal line going. Well, anyway, if you want to draw this line here, y equals x minus 3. Well, start with origin, and then you take away 3. So I know the first point would be minus 3. So this bit here is minus 3. So my eyes just zoom into here. Now, if you look at y equals x, it's going to be a straight line, diagonal line. Okay, so it will look like this. Okay, so this one here would be y equals x minus 3. The y equals x will look something like this. It just gets shifted down. So if you have y equals x minus 5, well, zoom into the 5 and then draw the diagonal line like this. Like that. Okay, so this is a line of y equals x minus 5. Okay.